Traders, good morning. Could I get a sound test, please? Make sure I'm okay. I've got the other monitor in front of me. I guess to work in the room where I put the camera on via the OBS. I get reflecting screens. Anyway, we can handle that tomorrow, but just want to let you guys know. Anyway, good morning to all. Good morning to everybody here. Thank you for joining us today in the 44 Trading Room. Another great day, coming off of an awesome day yesterday and looking forward to parlaying that again today. Okay, let's talk about these futures, and we'll talk a little bit about the wholesale prices this morning. Start off with Asia in the overnight session, where we saw the Nikkei gain 785 points this morning, and or overnight. Hong Kong Hang Seng losing 44, and the Shanghai and China down 20. Europe still in session this morning. German DAX up 75, FTSE in the UK down 42, and the CAC 40 in Paris down 3. Combine that with Asia, you've only got 2 markets up, 4 markets down, putting pressure on the U.S. futures to the downside, but we're bucking the trend because of the consumer report here. So can you hear me? Mark, can you hear me? Can anybody hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, Scott.
Test. Yes, okay, Ahmad, thank you. All right, yep. And you guys, can you hear me well,
Scott,
Ahmad?
Just mute for a second to see if it's your mic.
Just a minute for a second, let's see.
I don't think it's mine, because I haven't been transmitting. I can't believe it. I think it actually might have been me. I just killed my studio presenter. It might actually have been me. Sorry, folks. I really didn't know that was me. I wasn't broadcasting, so I don't know how that happened. But let's see. Scott also dropped off, so maybe it was him. But let me, while he's off, I'll quickly reboot and, well, not reboot. Let's try this. I hope it wasn't my fault. Let's do that. I didn't change anything, so it shouldn't have been me. We're going to sniff him out. We'll sniff him out. Shoot, guys, just watch SpaceX short on open, potential long, but just watch the short. It's looking pretty heavy. I want to say that quickly on open. I'm potentially going to go long on SPY and Qs. I'm just watching. We're at pre-market highs, so just keep an eye on that, those of you that want to trade it. We don't have a lot of time. We only have 3 minutes, so just get ready for those trades.
Okay, now I'm back. Justin, can you hear me?
I can hear you much better. No static.
Perfect. Okay, perfect. Okay, as I was saying, futures up this morning. Dow futures up 170. Nasdaq futures up 51 3/4. S&P futures up 22 1/4. Headline news: wholesale prices flat in July, below expectations for an increase of 0.2%. SK Hynix, $720 billion AI fueled build out that's taking over South Korea. That's big news if you're into that SKHY trade at all. And then it looks like that's about it this morning. Federal rules could end the mortgage escrow interest for some homeowners. That's positive for the home market. And then it's all about picking stocks this morning. So we're going to get into that right now with the limited time we have left, about a minute and a half. Steve, good morning. Seth, good morning. Aman, good morning to you. Ahmad, Clifton, good morning. DVG, Christian, Mark, Miguel, Dan, Jay, got a full house today. Steve C. Yep, perfect. Yep, Ahmad, perfect. Yep, great to see everybody here this morning. A couple of stocks I really like this morning. I like this NVDA 225 this morning. NVDA long at 225. The other stock that I'm really liking this morning is a possible Yeti long over 46, YETI, Yeti Coolers, YETI long over 46. Stock's got pretty decent earnings. Didn't kill it, but decent, and we'll watch that here this morning. The other stock I like is JD this morning over 80, and see if that stock gets any volume. It doesn't have a whole lot of volume. All right, 3080. And please post your trades here this morning. Give me some ideas that I'm maybe missing, and we'll go from there. Justin, what are the 2 top stocks you're watching this morning?
I'm just going to focus on SPY, Q, SpaceX, and MU. Keeping it simple today. Low friction, easy trade, scalping in and out. I won't be here for long. Just going to do my 15-minute, maybe an hour trade in and out, focusing on being profitable. I'm probably going to go long on open on SPY. We'll see. I'm just going to watch for the pullback potentially and then go long. We'll see how it goes. But that's literally what I'm looking for. Levels are up on the streams, guys. You can use the charts. That's my guiding light. So there we go. On open, it's literally flush. There's the pullback. That would be my entry, but that candle is very, very strong. So I'm just going to wait for the... anyway, you guys know how to do it. Okay, pull back into pre-market. Flushing. Haven't taken a trade. Waiting. Watching the first 3 candles.
There goes JD. I missed that JD trade. Okay, no volume on Yeti, so I'm going to take that off immediately here. I'll put CBRS up here. There we go.
All right, nice. Micron long off 913.40. If we hit, I would trigger 916.69 would be entry. Target 921. Okay, if you want, you could enter now. Long, I'm focusing on SPY and Qs. There it goes, wait. And there's a touch and it'll follow through. Let's see if we get the follow through. Boom, there it is, entry, boom.
Yeah, JD beat top and bottom line.
Watch 142.78 on SpaceX for potential bounce. If it breaks through, it'll continue down to 141.03. Guys, just follow the levels. They're all there. I've literally made it as easy as possible. Just follow the lines in the sand. Okay, let's have a look.
COHR, yeah.
Yeah, SpaceX got the bounce right off of that level. Micron recovered, so we're still good. Also, NVIDIA, if we break that 225.08, guys, next target's 232.40. Wait for confirmation. We don't have it yet, but I'm sure that's where we're going. Palantir still range bound. Not getting my trigger from SPY yet, or Qs.
I think CBRS can be shorted here. We'll see if it takes another move higher. And I think that's where I'm going to be fixed on.
I'm taking a SPY long. Just
okay.
Okay, I'm SPY long.
Yeah, we'll watch the COHR. Watch AAOI here. Okay, very good. Thank you.
Okay, there goes SPY. There goes SPY. Let's see, testing the highs.
Any news on AAOI, Mark? And NBIS, yeah, NBIS has been on a roll. Super nice.
You guys hear me?
I can hear you now. Yep. Good morning.
No static, y'all?
Nope.
Right on.
Much better, much better.
NBIS, guys.
Is that still going?
I just took a massive partial. 10 points.
I mean, that thing just skyrockets right out of the gate, right?
Yeah. All the NeoCloud, CRWV, same thing, but interestingly enough, Cerberus, lumpy payouts.
CBRS, I'm looking for
Hey
a
guys,
possible
SPY on the
short
move,
if
on the
it
move.
rockets again. Not seeing anything more. AAOI looks good for a possible long, Mark, right?
Yeah, NBIS was a continuation trade from the earnings.
Okay, 775.50 is good. There we go. SPY's on the move. Still going, and probably going to take everything off here.
Wow, 271 now. NBIS. Guys, coin, I think I might hit here, 152.
Okay, just got runners. That 775.50 was my target. All right, I'll take it at 776. Maybe even run my runners up to 777. Let's see if we get there today. I'll leave some runners and boom.
Okay, AAOI.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful trade. One and done. That's it.
AAOI over 137, traders. Thank you, Mark. AAOI long 137.
Q's breaking up.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Keep going, keep going. Come on. There we go. A little bit more, a little bit more.
I don't see any news for AAOI, yeah.
And we are out.
140 target here. I don't have full share size on this trade, unfortunately, but
CRWV was on the watch list this morning. I didn't take it, but wow, that would have been nice too. Right over the close at 107.73.
CRWV might be on the move. I'm not trading it. Oh, wow. Yeah, it is. Wow, guys. Core weave, core weave, core weave, core weave, folks. Core weave. Hitting resistance 114. If that breaks through, it's a huge, huge engulfing candle. Massive breakout. You might have seen that alert on my charts trigger, guys.
okay, nice move on this AAOI trade. I'm going to try to take it to 140.
Watch potential short at 114 for a pullback. Could be a quick scalp, right, on CRWV. Volume has dropped somewhat on the 5, so you could consider a short. Be a quick scalp. Okay, I'm out of SPY. I took my profits. I'm out. One and done. That's it for the day. Frictionless trading this morning.
Go AAOI.
Nasdaq futures officially hit that 30K zone again.
Okay, there we go.
We're in Dell trade short.
Looking good on AAOI, 140 target.
I'm going to add to Dell here in a second. Market order. Let's see what I get. So spready. $2 spread on Dell right now. Okay. Adding a random fill. Okay. Looking to see it break into the 480s on Dell. Like low 480s.
Oh, you're short it? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. It's just super spready, so I'm being mindful of sizing. NBIS, though, was cool. Got in, you know, a little nibble, and then it took off. I'm like, okay, add. And then it ripped. I'm like, oh, sweet. That worked out.
Nice.
And missed out on CRWV, though. That was definitely on the watch list today. Here comes Dell. Let's add a little more. All right now. Okay, good. And then coin long. Let's maybe hit that one too.
I'm going to look at coin here. Nice job on Dell. Really nice.
Yeah. I mean, it's wild with the spreads. So close
Right
sitting
at
at
the top.
484.50. Okay. Coin, here comes the breakout.
Okay, SPY's on its way. It's going. Micron, guys. Micron is pumping.
Dell, baby. Dell.
Remember the target 935.13. If you want to be conservative, you want to maybe exit a little bit sooner. But remember 930 psychological level. So
Wow,
trim
on
at
Dell.
just before 930. Trim.
Dell, nice.
You might even want to exit
I
completely
got a
at 930.
489 for a second, but I didn't take a partial. I probably will next time we break 490. Palantir getting some weird action. Here comes coin. Beautiful.
I can see
Um,
Palantir staying in the range. So just trade in the range, folks. Don't be too eager to go on a breakout trade on Palantir. Yeah, Micron, you beauty, you absolute beauty. Q's also looking good. SPY. SpaceX hit that 144, what was it, 143.06 low of day.
Guys, taking a partial on Dell 321. And there we go.
Okay, two options
Beautiful.
on SpaceX. If you're thinking about trade psychology, you either consider going long now up to the session highs, or rejection. Do we get a reversal trade now, or do we get continuation trade? Right, that's what I'm thinking in my mind. What am I going to trade? What am I going to trade? Which trade am I looking for? And then I look at the candles and I see, okay, what are the candles doing? Then I decide, all right, are we going long or are we going short? Binary trading.
2 monster trades today, guys, for me. NBIS and Dell in reverse direction, and now we're in the coin trade. Let's see if we can collect on that one.
Yeah, nice trade on Dell, really.
Thank you. Yeah. Tesla looks great right now, actually. Let's see what it does at 330. If it comes back and retests that, it could be a nice long position. We'll see.
Yeah, SpaceX could be looking good for long here. Watch VWAP, guys. 5-minute chart. Guys and gals. I'll stick around for another 15 minutes, then I got to call it. Unfortunately, I've got all that admin I still need to do.
Come on.
Well, Dell, you beast. Awesome.
Yeah, it's a
That's
big,
awesome.
big move now. You can call it under 490 now. Super move. Still waiting on AAOI. Had the nice spike up there, but just didn't follow through. Yeah, Cisco had bad news today, and down it came. Now, I don't know if it's going to try to make any type of push higher here. Market's kind of just, okay, so we've come up and we're just sitting.
Watch the 930 level on, right? Consider trimming now on Micron and or full exit, right? Because you're hitting that psychological level of 930. We'll probably get a pullback. Watch your 9 EMA for the re-entry up to 935, right? We got to break with strength through 930 to get to 935. Looks like we are going to go that way. There's tons of volume on Micron. It's starting to slow off a little bit, so watch for the pullback and the re-entry, right? Depending on your strategy. Are you going to go all the way through with runners, or are you going to trim and re-enter? Not trim, I beg your pardon.
COIN. I'm going to take a little more off of Nebius in a minute, unless we get a pop to 272.
There's a SPY pullback. I want to see a
All-time
deeper
high,
pullback on SPY
299.
before re-entering. Watch VWAP on SPY. That would be the re-entry point, and actually where we will make our decision. I'm now looking not only at the 9 and the 20, also the 50 on the 1, right? We're all pressing up higher, even though we've got the pullback. So I'm confident this is going to go up again, and we'll probably touch that 777 today. There's the 20 almost touching. There we go on the 20. Let's see what happens here. Little bit choppy in terms of volume. So not confirmed yet.
Guys, check out Oracle. Look at that.
Put Oracle up here. Oh, yeah.
They're trading as a team. Oracle, NBIS, CRWV.
MU.
Ahmad is in Cisco. Good luck. All right, guys. If we can hold 152 on coin, I'm going to nail this thing for a little more.
Okay, re-entry on SPY. Long, go test the highs, push through to 777. Easy trade, boom. Skippy scalp. There we go. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Nice. Nice. There we go. Little more, come on. Big moves are great, but small ones are also good.
Yep.
What a push on the Qs now, guys.
So
Huge.
good. So good. Come on, test that high. Let's go. One candle. It's all we need. One candle.
Huge bullish engulfing candle now on the Qs. Asserting the dominance. The bulls are back. And
Bulls
coin
are
just
back, baby.
took a dip.
Bulls are
What's
back.
going on there?
Next weekly target, right? On the SPY, if we break 777, the weekly target, 792, 76. That'll probably be next week if we continue, right? But watch what happens over the weekend. Anything can happen over the weekend. Okay, some nice volume coming in on SPY. On the 1 minute, I think we're going to push up to 777. This is going to be it.
Wow, what a push.
Here we go, folks. Here we go. I should have run it all the way. I took my runners off. Those two beautiful candles. That's all we needed. 2 trades. Booyah. Come on, one more. Pop it.
Otis, huge. Yeah, no doubt. What an impressive performance.
Awesome.
Put on by the Bulls today.
Oh, guys.
Unbelievable.
Awesome.
AAOI, baby. Here we go. I'm going to take some off right here as we approach that 141, 140.70. I'm going to get it out there. Yep. Awesome.
No sign of stopping now, guys.
Bulls are back, baby. Bulls are back. Here we go. 776, 7076. Ah, come on. And oh. Come on, give it a left tap. Just touch it. Here we go. 776, 91, 90, 89. You know you want to. 93, 92. And
No big ad on coin yet, so maybe I'll look around for something else.
Yeah, coin now flushed off at the top, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Yeah. The Bulls are taking over. Risk on.
Right.
I'm watching 145 SpaceX right now. 50-50. I wouldn't mind shorting it up here, but I'll wait. Wow, look at this. Unbelievable. PPI data, who cares? Buy everything.
$776.96. And she turns. And she turns. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Come on. And
I think that's going to do it for me. A couple of good trades here. Oracle, nice move, man. Where you been? Where have you been? Yeah, MU doesn't care, right? That's just going, going, going.
You know, there's all this talk right now of like, oh, rate cut now, or rate hikes are kind of off the table, but whatever, higher for longer.
and 776.99.
Carry trade though.
Boom, 777. We hit it, folks. We hit it.
Nice. Yeah, no one's talking about the carry trade. You guys remember last time that happened? So Bank of Japan is going to announce their rates soon. Keep an eye on that. Not one mention of AVGO long. It's the same thing. All right, good call out. Yeah, Chip's getting love today for sure. What a beautiful purchase that would have been as it dipped down to what, 410-ish? No, 411, 412?
MU beast mode. Absolutely, Mark. 100%. Broke through 935 next. Well,
Coin guys add.
Who took the MU long? How many of you took the MU long? Come on, guys.
Thing rips, right? I mean,
Yeah.
just amazing.
Yeah. Beautiful. So beautiful. Excellent, Otis. Excellent. Okay, watch that session low of SpaceX. Levels are up on the charts. Screenshot the charts. I'm probably going to head out at about 10, guys.
Well, I'm sorry you can't see me, but I'm still working on my camera here. I don't know what has happened. Something to do with OBIS, but I'll get it.
It might be your, I don't know if you had a Chrome update like I did, but it reset all my default settings.
Uh-huh.
So if you just go up to your settings in Chrome, if you're, I don't know if you're using Chrome, but if you are.
I am using Chrome. I'll look into that.
Yeah.
Just not now, but I will.
Who wants an intraday level above 779? 777. I don't know if we're gonna, let's see. I'm probably gonna vessel here a bit. Oh, sorry, that was a mistake. Let's get it back up to there.
SpaceX, shoot.
Yeah.
I wanted to short it at 145. We didn't quite get there, but that's all right.
Yeah, those of you who shorted, next level is 141.03. Right, consider your trims. And there you go. Remember, dotted lines are intraday ranges, right? Take profit levels, trim levels. Hand hold, hand hold. Micron coming back into that 935.13. VWAP above 913.40. So what does that tell us? Potential range between 913 and 935, right? If this up move fails, that's where our range will be. And then we trade in the range. Or I'm now thinking continuation trade up. I'd probably be considering intra-range levels, but they're not charted at the moment. They would be if I was actively trading it, but I'm not. There goes SpaceX, right? We're going down to our trim level, 130, 141.86. What is it? 141.03. SPY looking like it wants to go higher.
$782.50 to $783.90. That's where I had
Wow.
a
Micron's showing
potential
more strength.
all-time high.
Micron's showing more strength. Looks like it's going to continue up. Wow. Bulls are back. Oh, look at that. SPY, you beauty. So guys, simple, $5,000 trade, easy on options on SPY, right? If I just held it all the way up to here, that's in, I mean, do the math. 2 DTE, right? Slow, well, less theta. If I'd taken the 7.7s, I would have enjoyed, if I'd taken the target at 777, I would have enjoyed gamma and now the benefit of a bit of theta. Palantir stuck in the range. MU looking good. Q's looking like it wants to go one more leg higher. Just watch the volume. Volume has dropped off. That's right, Otis. Wait for the trigger. Wait for the trigger. SpaceX actually getting a nice bounce here. Although, based on the signals, still trending, signals are showing downtrend formation. So trade carefully. Micron looking like it wants to go to the moon. Beautiful, beautiful on SPY.
At this point, the market's baked in the war. So we're not paying for that twice, it looks like.
All right, SpaceX looking heavy again. Right, remember that downtrend formation on the technicals? Let's see if that gets confirmed down the break of the low. And then continuation down at least to 141.03, potentially 138.70, 78. She is looking heavy. Watch SPY for a pullback. NVIDIA not getting the strength we were hoping to see this morning. What's happening with Tesla? Is anyone
Straight up.
straight up? Oh, wow. Everything's up. Google, Tesla, NVIDIA, Palantir. I wonder if there's some rotation out of SpaceX into Tesla. What does the heat map look like? Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. Green, green, green. Look at that broad participation. That's why SPY is popping, guys. Broad participation. The whole, yeah. Sea of Galilee is full of fish.
Any pullback is minor and then immediately bought. This is pretty wild.
There we go. What happened on SpaceX? See, easy peasy lemon squeezy, right? Broke the low, pushed down to our next level. So what do? Either exit fully, right? Risk management, protect your capital, or do you continue? Do you leave runners to continue down to 138, or do you fully exit? Boom! Look at that pushback. No emotion. That's the key, right? Psychology. Trade what we see, not what we want. That's why we love the charts, right? Structure. Market structure, trade structure. The entire market is layers upon layers, right? So we have to trade within those layers.
Still waiting on coin. Got stopped out on the runners for Dell, which is no problem. We made our money. And NBIS, I'll take some off right here. Just a second. Now we might try to consolidate, I think, up here on the Qs. SPY just plugging away, moving higher. I was thinking SPY, like I said, for like a fib extension, what is it, like 78250? Let's just call it 78390 on the high side. That was what I was thinking, maybe the all-time high at some point. So now looking more like reality.
Yeah. My weekly fib that I've had up for months now, right? Like probably 6 months. I've got 792.99 as the next fib level. Well, yeah, I've adjusted it because it was 792.76. It's now obviously market adjusts and adapts. So new level 792.99. That's on the weekly. So whether we get there, you know, we've now broken through 777. So that opens the door to 792. And guess what, folks? That isn't even the full move, right? Full move is 837.68. So we don't have to get there in a day. We don't have to get there in a week. But if this bull run continues, that's where we're going. Fib move hasn't been canceled. If anything, it's more than confirmed. Just personal observations, right? Cue in the disclaimer, not financial advice, for educational purposes only.
Do we lose Scott?
Looks like it, yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, I was on mute, I guess. I just went in long at NVDA and I gave a nice commentary on it, but I'm long at 226. I did post the trade. So see what we get here.
Watch for the breakout now in the Qs, guys. We
Okay,
are bunching up.
Micron pulled back, 935.13. You could consider a long entry there for continuation, but also be careful of the pullback, right? We've entered below. If the next candle is red, you could consider a short scalp trade back to VWAP with possible continuation to 913.40. Or if you're going to do the long side trade, right, either enter at 935.13 on the cross with strength for the potential breakup, but we've already had quite a run up. Also bearing in mind the time, right? Sitting at about 10:05, we do have room to the upside for another potential push. So I would arguably, right, not want to go against the trend. So I'd be leaning towards 60-40, maybe 70-30 long probability for continuation. But it might be a patient trade because it could take some time to get there throughout the rest of the day, or it could be one quick push. But based on what we've seen in terms of broad participation overall, likelihood is the trend continues, right? That's my feeling.
I'm going to short the Qs in a minute.
In my mind, that wouldn't be a bad trade because I'm just talking it out loud, right? I'm not contradicting or I'm just saying, like, in my mind, that's potentially not a bad entry. Well, it confirms what I was saying. So, well, actually, because there's a pullback to 727.07 potentially, and then a run up to 735, but it could just jump from here. But volume is dropping off heavily, so likelihood of it going short for a pullback is actually highly probable on the Qs. Okay, SpaceX testing the 9 EMA, VWAP and 9 EMA still pointing downward. So either chop here a little bit for some time and then maybe another leg down later in the day, if it doesn't happen now. Micron getting that pullback. Beautiful entry on NVIDIA, whoever that was, right? Because you're sitting above the 225 level, opening the door to 232. We haven't had that move today, but I believe we're going to get it. So I could be wrong, but I would say 70-30 probability throughout the day that NVIDIA does push up higher. Target, mid-level target, 232.40. And key target, 241.65. Question is, that's a big move to get there. So I would focus primarily on that 232.40 level. Seth, I haven't been looking at now. Do you want me to let me have a look and see what's happening with now?
Picking up some bundles for the Qs.
Okay, I'm busy having a look at now. Just give me a second while I look on the higher time frame, see where we're at, right? All right, so now is in that down descending channel. Can you see my, let me do this. I'll share my charts. Seth, have a look here. I'll pull it up for you quickly. I'll walk you through this. Hold on, let me grab it from. Okay, we're going to look at the higher time frame, right? Because that's what we always have to look from above before we drill down, right? So this is going to be, because I'm not trading, I can do this now. I can just quickly show you a little bit of a copy link. Actually, let me just update this. 122.52. Okay, so ServiceNow is actually at a very key inflection point. Okay, this I would say would probably be where you want to go short. There's a little bit of an edge to go long. Okay, let me actually bring up the chart and just show you what I'm seeing. And you decide whether you agree or disagree, right? Because you are responsible for the trades you make, right? We assume you are using a paper trading account, right? Because this is for educational purposes only. So if you are learning, those of you in YouTube, learn on a paper trading account, right? Don't come and use active capital if you don't know what you're doing. First, learn the art, right? The skill set. Anyway, let me not waste time because Seth is literally in a trade, potentially in a trade. So let's do this. Let me just see if that's coming up on the stream. Okay, see the downtrending channel, right, on the weekly chart, Seth? So we're about to test resistance, right? So here the Bollinger Band is literally confluencing, right? We're above the 200 EMA. We'll probably tap this level here and then possibly reject. Okay, that's what I would be looking for. That's the trade I would be looking for. I hope that's clear, right? Or potentially what will happen, let's do this. Hold on. I messed up there. Give me a second. My thing is locked. All right, there we go. Right, alternative is that we sit in the range here a little bit, right? Before we go higher. That's another option. But what happens here is key, okay? So I would be tending more towards, because of this downtrend, rejection at this level, right? To make it a little bit clearer and maybe easier to see for our friends in Facebook, just to, not Facebook, I beg your pardon, on YouTube, it's just to make it a little bit easier to see is there is your down channel, right? So that's your line in the sand. Boom. And we're literally testing that line, right? And then what you do, because we're now on the higher time frame, right? That's the higher time frame structure. Now we drop down to the lower time frame structure. And actually what I would do is jump, I'm doing too much teaching, but you know, that gives you the idea.
Okay, traders, those of you that are in the NVDA trade with me, it looks like it's going to be slow here. So watch the 22650.
That was now, wasn't it? That was now. Yeah, ServiceNow. Let's do this. Let's go on to this chart, right? Now we drill down because we want to look at where do we execute. We've looked at the higher time frame structure, and now we want to look at lower time frame structure, right? So what I'd probably do is short it down to, but you got to pick your timing. I'm not going to do that for you, right? That would be the target. First trim level, there. Trading made easy. Apologies if that was the case. Yeah, I had to update the link. Hold on, I've got a hottie wottie here trying to distract me.
Now, what a day for the Bulls. This is epic.
Those of you watching SpaceX, keep an eye, potential breakdown here, or we're going to find the range, right? So just bear that in mind. Seth, that's why I like, SPY and Qs. You can literally live on SPY and Qs. You can earn a living. I'm not saying you specifically, but I'm just saying you in the third person, right? Any one of us, James, Paul, Peter, John, doesn't matter who you are. Pick one stock, pick one ETF. If you're a beginner trader, those of you on YouTube, right, you learn it. Maybe I think we have a few trial participants in the room at the moment, right? Whether they're beginners or experts or pros, doesn't matter, right? It's just getting better every day. So get into the community, come and join us, look at the charts, look at what we do, find what works for you, right? And let us help you get there. If we all win, we do it together, right? This for me is like the bridge between capitalism and socialism. We're all here together socially, enjoying the benefits of capitalism simultaneously. So, for me, that's just picture perfect, if I'm really honest. And we get to enjoy it with a good group of friends and family, right? Like everyone in this room, we're friends at least. Whether we know each other or not makes no difference. We're interacting socially. Beautiful thing for those of you out in YouTube, $2,000, small account, start small. But begin with a paper trading account first, so you can understand the dynamics of the market, right? SpaceX trading water below that level, 142.78. The 9 EMA is now, approaching that level. Watch what happens when it crosses that level. Yeah, exactly, Seth. And all you really need is, what's 5 points? That's huge. Even 2, just depending what your mindset was at the out, at not the open, but at the trade. Like you guys see, I plan my trades every morning. I mark up my structure. So what I do is I do my weekly plan. Anyway, just let's focus on trades. NVIDIA holding that 225 level very nicely. Solid support. Palantir stuck in that range, right?
Still in this coin trade. It's not doing much.
Sometimes I found we need to kind of decouple ourselves from the market. I'm going to be careful here now, but you don't have to trade every day, and as day traders, I think we feel compelled to do that because we're like, FOMO, we don't want to miss out. FOMO, we don't want to miss out. And the truth is you'll never miss out. Take a break, clear your head, deal with life, and come back. Tomorrow's another day. Like we always say, live to fight another day.
So
basic.
true.
As long as you stay green, guys, you know what that does for you psychologically? Focus on winning your days, right? And start it with like one trade. All I did today was one trade. Boom, that's all I needed. Stay green. You know how that helps your psychology into the next day? Massively. You'll sleep better, right? You'll sleep better. And if you consistently are hitting green days, your sleep trend starts to move into the positive, right? So socially and mentally, you start to become more peaceful, right? Meaning you get to make higher quality trades because you're relying on the skills that you have as you implement the structure that you see, right? And what I mean by structure is the market structure, right? Like I said, it has multiple layers, the market, right? There's the higher level, right? Where we have the eagle eye view and we come down. So we look at broader market, right? Overall participation. We look at the heat map and we see what's going on. Where is everyone fishing, right? Where do we need to be? And pretty much today, it's like you can't miss. A day like this, guys, just look at it. I mean, honestly, pick any one of the green stocks this morning. the probability of success would have been high, right? Yet, maybe a couple of us might have selected poor stocks, but the options, not options in terms of options trading, but the stocks to pick, you know, if we were all bullish, and most of us were at the outset, you couldn't go wrong today. Literally, you could have gone long on any one of these stocks. Look at the heat map, and you would have been green. The probability, if you look at the percentage, what is it? Maybe 15, 20% of the market's red. If that, maybe 10%. But we don't fish, at least I don't fish in these small caps here. I fish over here and here. And then for investment and, you know, stability and dividends and long-term income and portfolio, blah, 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 health, utilities, transportation, energy, right? Dividend stocks, long-term growth stocks, stable stocks, day trading. This is where we sit, right? At least I do. That's my edge sits here. I can do penny stocks, no problem. Can do small caps, but then I have to shift my mindset for that. So you have to find what works for you. Where is your edge? Which part of the market do you want to play in? Not play, participate in, right? Where do you want to participate? There are an infinite number of options and choices. That's why, guys, you know, play to your strengths. What are your strengths? I know what mine are. Figure out what yours are and then work towards that. Find a mentor, find a crown trader, someone who can help navigate you through that process. Because I'll tell you what, you can only use AI so far, but AI is not going to help you with the psychological development. You need human interaction for that, right? One-to-one or one-to-many. You cannot do away with the social aspect of trading. That's why I love this room, because here we participate and interact together. And none of us is saying that we're 100% right? But as long as we are right more often than we're not, that's the key. And like I said, guys, I'm really just trying to encourage you all, right? Give you hope. Because the truth is, you only need to be 55% right. And you can be substantially profitable. That, if you can get your mindset over that, right? Just that little hurdle, the sky's the limit. Absolute sky's the limit. You know, I would imagine. And you're still looking good, I think. Well, yeah, long, agreed.
Anything under the 255 or 225, 50, I will come out of NVDA. Small short leash on this one here, but you know, I'm going to keep it tight like this.
And those of you on YouTube, you're missing out. I mean, you got the guys, you know, crown traders, you know, I'm labeling him as that. Marco, I mean, he solid calls. I don't know him personally. Never met him a day in my life. Here he is sitting in the room giving us solid calls. But the calls that he makes, and any one of us make, it's our responsibility to take the trade. And only you are responsible for the trades you take, right? There's no use blaming someone else for a bad trade. Own it. Volume increasing on MU, looking good. SpaceX looking weak. I could see a potential rejection here for Palantir. See, unfortunately, NVIDIA looks to be, it's a good trade, right? But as a day trade, as it stands right now, it's just trading water. So does it turn into a swing trade? Micron looking nice. Notice, folks, I'm calling out trades that I'm not even trading, right? So do I get FOMO? No, it's just discipline. I know tomorrow's another day. I've made more than enough for today. I'm comfortable. That's all I need. I'm on target. I don't need to jump in, psych myself out, get into another trade, potentially then, you guys saw what, yesterday or the day before, I can't even remember, right? Overtraded unnecessarily. Why? Because you want to squeeze out a little bit more. You want to squeeze out a little bit more. More often than not, you end up walking away with less on the day. So discipline, discipline, discipline.
So true.
Let's see what happens with SpaceX now. That formation structurally looks like continuation, right? So are we going to get that 141.03? I think we are. Downside continuation. That's the structural formation I see. That's CPI what? Russell 2000? CPI what? There we go. SpaceX testing the low. Does it break? Thinning volume, bullish exhaustion. Let's see. Do what I do, folks. Watch the markets, right? Christian does it. He sits after hours. He trades first 15, maybe hour, takes his profits, gets green, and then he sits and he learns in the room, right? Why? Because he's investing time, right, into his human capital. He is, I shouldn't mention names, but I mean, you know, acknowledge good performance and learn from bad mistakes. So beautiful on SPY, 780, knocking on the door of 780.
What happened to SpaceX today?
I didn't check news. I was a light operator this morning.
Yeah.
Hence why I said I'd participate kind of in the background today.
Pulled back today, yeah.
Yeah. I had to recover from the night before. I had very little sleep. So I was man down yesterday afternoon until this morning.
How hard is it for you to get sleep?
Very. My mind goes constantly 24/7. So
Yeah.
my
buddy just did a sleep test. He lives in Orlando, just did a sleep test. And I think he's averaging like 30 minutes of sleep a night,
Wow.
Of deep sleep, right?
Yeah. I'm probably in, maybe I shouldn't, I'm averaging about 4 hours a night.
Okay. Not enough for you to feel great then the next day.
No, that's why this morning I was feeling a little sluggish.
Yeah.
So on days like that, that's why the thing is I go according to my body rhythm, right? So I don't psych myself up, oh, I can't sleep. I do have some trauma that I carried over from South Africa, which affected my ability to sleep. When I came to the US, I had my first peaceful sleep, ironically. But yeah, so, you know,
Do you take a regular nap or no?
I sometimes take a power nap. Like if I feel maybe a 20-minute power nap, and honestly, that just recharges the batteries enough to keep going.
Yeah. I used to think that naps were like for sissies or whatever. And then, as you get older, as you start to age a little bit, it's always good because just like you said, I view it as just if you can do it, if your job or life allows you to, then it's a small recharge. It's like, it's like plugging in your phone for a good 10 minutes. You just get that little extra
juice.
Yeah.
And that's like in many ways, you guys have heard me use these parallels, right? So in many respects, our bodies and our minds are like computers, like they're machines. So yes, we're human, right? But think of your body as an operating system, or your mind as an operating system, and your body as the motherboard, right? So when we sleep, we recharge. We lights out, we switch off. Wake up in the morning, lights on, right? So how much sleep did you get, and what is the quality of your sleep? There we go. Need an upgrade. Upgrade, Seth.
Yeah, it's more quality. It's more quality of sleep, right? Is really what it boils down to.
And then measure yourself. What was it? Don't be too hard on yourself. I think as traders, we put a lot of pressure on ourselves to trade every day. And the truth is, if you didn't have a good night's sleep, don't come and trade. Because the worst thing you can do is get into a bad trade, locked in, and then try to have to manage it throughout the day because you can't psychologically handle the fact that you're in red. And remember, something I always teach is red is not dead. You can, with the right skill set, with the right, abilities, and all of that is teachable. All of that is, you are capable of learning it. If I can learn it, I'm as dumb as a donkey and I could learn it. Anyone can learn it. That's the beauty. And honestly, formal education, I got to be careful, but yes, you need it and it's important. But the truth is, this skill, quite frankly, yes, it adds a lot of weight to it, but the truth is you don't need it, right? It's a lot of parlance, right? It's a language on its own. EMAs, MACDs, RSI, it's a language, trader's language. Yes, you can learn that language, but that's only one dimension of it. There's so much more to it. Trading is the most beautiful thing in my mind that exists on earth for all of us to enjoy the pleasures and the benefits of it. But it's a double-edged sword. It goes both ways, right? Green or red. How do we manage our red? How do we manage our red? That's important. That's the key, right? Because we want to be green, 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 green. Not that we're bulls, we can be bears and still be green. But fundamentally, we're all bulls at heart, right? Because our portfolios need to be green to be profitable and ultimately long-lasting. So if you're a perma bear, no problem. Welcome. Come join the party. Help us to trade down in the community as much as possible so that our portfolios are bullish. So even though you're a bear, a participating bear, you're actually still a bull at heart. We all are intrinsically because we have to go up, right? Our life cycle is about going up. What are we trending? Are we trending up or are we trending down? Individually, in our social lives, in our marriages, in our friendships, in our families, everything. Trading isn't just about the financial markets. We trade in our lives every single day. Me too, Otis. I love catching falling knives. I often trade reversals. I love trading reversals. Why? Because options are nice and cheap, right? Because you're going against the trend. And if you can time it, boom. I'm not going to put the percentages up, but you guys know, I told you from day one, right? Stocks are linear. Options are not. That's the beauty of it. But you can get burnt badly if you don't know what you're doing. That's it, Otis. Look at that. Look at these updates. Guys, if you're in the room, you will see these updates and these aren't even live alerts. These aren't even posted alerts, but there's so much value in the room. Come and enjoy the free trial. I think we got some trial participants in the room this week already. Guys, come, 7 days free. Jump in, join the community. You don't like it? Jump out. Think of this as a boat, 44 trading boat. Jump in the boat. Come and paddle with us for 7 days. You don't like it? Go do whatever, not for you, find something else, no problem. But I think you'll be very happy with us. Nothing like having eyes in the back of your head. And that's what this room is. You've got how many guys here looking at areas of the market that I'm not even looking at, calling stocks that aren't even on my radar, and yet they're profitable. It's beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
That's the benefit of the room. Anytime you can come in here and use somebody else's trades and they've done the research and the homework and stuff, and I mean, it's awesome, right? That's what it's for, sharing.
You guys can tell how passionate we are. I mean, I'm not going to speak for Scott and DVG, but I know intrinsically that they also are up doing analysis, 24/7, day and night analysis, not for you, not for the room, right? For themselves. All we're doing is passing on the workload that we've done so that you can enjoy the benefit of the reward that we're aiming to get for ourselves. So in my mind, that's almost like a shared inheritance, right? Because you're actually sharing the knowledge and the skill set to ultimately help your community. I mean, how much better is that?
I used to tell everybody all the time. I used to say the same thing. When I was trading with Mayor, that it's all about me. It's all about me being profitable, because I know, I say that I'm not like that in person, obviously, but I mean, when you start trading, it's all about me and being profitable for the day, because I know if I'm profitable and I share my information with everybody, then, if you're following or if you're not, that's okay too. You're going to be profitable, or you're going to have the ideas to become profitable. And that's super important for this room. It's super important to become and remain profitable. And that keeps you in the game. It keeps your lifestyle forever intact.
Exactly. And, I know I kind of bang on this, I beat on this drum quite a bit, but it's my personal testimony, right? And it was like a light bulb moment for me. So I want to kind of keep sharing that with everyone because, that day where I was lying in bedridden, first time in my life, I've never felt more weak. I don't think I've ever been at a low, like the humility that I had to, not even the humility, the embarrassment, of having one of my best friends having to care for me when I literally had physically no one else who could help me on that day. And he had to help me get to bed, right? My back totally put out. And I still had to bring home the bacon. I still needed to bring home the bread. So how was I going to do that? Use my skills. And what did I do that day? You guys in the room, you know exactly how much I made that day on one day. And that is repeatable. I won't talk to you about my averages, but if I can do it, a donkey can do it. You know that old saying, you can take a horse to water, but you can't make it drink? Guys, come drink from the water. Look at this heat map. The delay. There we go. YouTube, you need to come into the room. You'll get low latency. There we go. Look at that. Fishing. Today, you can't go wrong. Literally cannot go wrong today. And, if you're a swing trader, come and, day trade and come and look for days like this. And they have a rule. Only trade days like this. And you could pretty much tell in the first hour, maybe 30 minutes of the day, if it's going to be a day like today, for the most part. But you'll learn the skills of how to actually identify these opportunities, right? And what type of days they are. So high volatility days, beautiful. Earnings, easy peasy lemon squeezy, right? If you trade in OBS, outbound strategy, right? Opening break, just as a default for earnings, pick the right stock, up or down, no problem. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. FOMC announcements, there's going to be a lot of volatility, up or down. If you're scalping, no problem, in and out. Earn big cash. Assuming you paper trading, of course. And again, cue the disclaimer, not financial advice, right? Just a friend sharing his knowledge or her knowledge, doesn't matter. And the beautiful thing about the markets, it's non-exclusionary. Absolutely everyone can participate. Just need to get your feet wet, right? And that's the first hurdle, especially for beginners. I don't have the knowledge. I don't have the skills. I don't even know where to begin. You need someone to hold your hand. Come and join the community. Find who you resonate with. Find which of the trader, all three of us, myself, Scott, DVG, we trade differently. We've got traders in the room that trade differently, right? They're looking at different sections of the market, different sectors of the market, different stocks in the market. So you will find a home within this community, right? You'll find a sector of the market or a mode of, or what's the word I'm looking for? You'll find what works for you. You just need to be willing to take the leap, right? The leap of faith. Just take the jump. Invest in yourself before anything else. Treat this as a business. It's your business. You determine your hours. You determine your investment, right? Because when you start a business, you got to throw in capital. You can't start a business without capital. So who's got $2,000, right? PDT's been removed. Take that $2,000, do a $50 trade, $100 trade, penny stocks, small caps. There's so many options for participation. What I mean, not options in terms of options, but there are a lot of possibilities, right? There are a lot of opportunities is the word I'm trying to emphasize. So coming back to stocks, Micron, right? Looking, pushing. Look, there we go. Who took that trade? Who took that trade? Where's the target? 957. We've seen some resistance now. Volume's still good, but we're getting, we're thinning. So what would I do now? I would probably exit it. No problem exiting ahead of the target. But look, 950 psychological level, getting a little bit of exhaustion. Volume is increasing. Likelihood we're going to get to 957? 60-40. 60-40. Still lots of time in the day. SpaceX, right where we're at SpaceX, we tested that low, pushed through a little bit, failed. Do we get the continuation? Yep, there it goes. There it goes. As we speak, live trading. Guys, come on. Come on. Come on. It's like reading a book. It literally is like reading a book. And we just need to learn how to read the book. Remember as kids, we used to have to learn how to draw in the lines, right? Coloring book. The market's a coloring in book. Once you learn where the lines are, right, the structure, you can trade in that structure. It's a closed loop system. Boom, SpaceX broken through. So I've made a rule now. I'm not going to, I'll probably not going to trade actively throughout the day while I commentate because it's actually affected my performance. 2 dimes, 2 dimes, and that is a life lesson. I had to learn from that.
It's hard to do, right?
Yeah. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Boom. SpaceX could have been done. My crew, MU, done. Look at SPY, done. We don't need more than the first hour, folks. You want to be financially free. You want to go and boat on the Keys. You want to take your spouse on a holiday and go to, Europe. For Pete's sakes, why not? Live your life. Live the one that you have, your perfect destiny, the one that God had planned for you. Don't be enslaved to the system. There we go, broken through, right? Did we trim or did we exit? Are we going to continue for continuation down? You decide for yourself, right? We've given you the levels. We've handheld and walked you through the trades. Ultimately, the decision rests with you. When do you get in? When do you get out? You want help knowing how to do that? Reach out to us. Those of you who've already reached out, thank you. We're here for you. And you guys have to be there for us. It's a mutual exchange. That's community. That's socialism. I'm very bullish long-term NVIDIA, by the way. So any kind of position in NVIDIA, in my mind, you can't go wrong. It's just a question on, is it an investment account? Is it a swing trade account? Or is it a day trading account? But, take that to heart if you like. It's just a personal position, personal view. There you go. Boom. Otis, he's tired of watching. So now he's realizing he's getting not psyched out, but his mental capacity, his psychological capacity in his mental bank is exploited for the day, right? He's reached his threshold. So banks his cash, takes his profits, stays in green, and now either ducks out or sits and watches and learns.
Otis, take care of yourself.
Good
Traders,
job.
I'm out of the NVDA trade, and I'm finished for the day. I'm not going to stick around anymore. I've got what I needed out of the market.